for those of you that have the machine, and for those of you who do not have the machine, when you normally thread the Brother PE-770, in fact it's similar to a lot of the Brother embroidery machines. I have several. You bring the thread, it's numbered 3, you loop up. Now here's where it becomes important. At 4, there is a little door right up here. The door opens when the presser foot comes up. That door opens so that you can get the thread around. In addition, the door opens up indicating that the tension washes that hold the thread, that put the tension on the thread, is open or apart. Okay, now the little guy that I want to talk about in particular, I want to zoom in. When you go around 4 down to 5, you do it when the needle is in the up position, and it could happen that the needle could be in any position when you're trying to do that. Now here's actually what you're doing. When you're bringing the thread across number 4 down to 5, the thread lays here and drops in, winding up in this hole. And then of course you bring in the thread down to 5 and then to 6 and then through the auto threader and the needle. But the thread is caught in here. Now, I had a gentleman email me, right to my email, and he said his machine was jamming up. The thread was being wrapped around. He showed me a picture. It was an area right over here, and there is sort of a crankshaft, right, that moves this up and down. This moves actually like this, and it's a take-up lever. That's the official name. Now the other function it has, as the thread passes this area, coming down through this hole and then dropping down to the needle, this takes off lint. Now this is a brush. It's a brush, and if you look into the machine, you're trying to remove dust, and you see a different colored stuff, you don't know there's a brush in there. So you could reach in there with a tweezer and you grab a hold of, you think, a nice sizable amount of lint. You pull it out and you say, boy, this is stuck. You could wind up pulling the hairs off of this thing. Now this could be a synthetic. I'm not exactly sure. I'll give you a nice close-up. That could be a synthetic. I don't think it's any kind of an animal's tail, but in fact on my machine that's pulled away too. I did the same thing. I didn't know it. This is a replacement for mine. But the point I'm making is that the thread goes into this area here and then comes down and goes through that hole. If you miss this, if this is down in a position like this, because the needle's not up, and you drop the thread could wind up laying here. So when the machine starts, the thread winds up down here. It'll still be through the needle, but it's going to jam on you. Mysteriously. Okay, now, you take this bullnose off easy enough. You use a screwdriver, and there is one screw. You hold this under here and you turn it. All right. Right here is one screw. Okay, now I have the screw loose. Now you can loosen the screw halfway without taking the screw out. This then comes right off. Come right off. Now, what I did, because the first time I had trouble, is I marked in here. I marked that the silver peg goes in that hole. Right there. See? Here's when you do the little thread of this, what you're doing. And I'll show you on the machine now. I'm going to start coming in a little closer. I hope to make this video worthwhile even for the experts out there. Alright. My background is I spent 50 years as an FAA licensed aircraft mechanic / inspector, both military and commercial aviation. And I retired from American Airlines. Anyway, you could see the take-up lever. Now I'm going to turn this. Here's the take-up lever. Here's the take-up lever right here. Here's the thing I showed you. All right, and in this hole, I'm going to show you all the non-obvious stuff. And you know, you're fortunate. I got professional equipment here to take pictures. All right, there is the thing I showed you, the take-up lever. Oh, sorry, banging it around. All right, here's the take-up lever. Right there. And when you bring your thread, you see if I could really show you that. Yeah, okay. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the thread out. I have the thread in there. Okay. When you bring your thread here, behind here, number one, comes down. How could that be any easier? Comes up here, and there's a channel. It's an arrow now that runs down. Okay. Down to here, 3. Now you come up. All right. Now you could see there's an opening right here. I'm going to move the presser foot. See that little door closing? Okay. It's open. And now I'm going to bring this across. I'm going to bring the thread across. You see the thread in the background? Right there. See? Okay. And you come all the way down. Alright, the thread can go all the way down. And it goes behind that number 6, which is right above the needle. It comes into 7, and I usually cut it, but I won't do it now. And then of course you thread the needle. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So you can see now the thread drops down from that lever, which is up in here. It's in here, the lever. And the thread drops right down. Now I'm going to turn the machine again. Right there, that's the arm I showed you. And down here is a cam. Right here is a cam. I'll zoom in on that cam a bit. And that is the thing that catches. That could catch thread around it actually and jam the machine up. Now I'm rotating the hand wheel a little bit. See? So if the thread went the wrong spot, the thread would drop down. See? Now if I were to thread it wrong now, let's try to thread it wrong. What I want to do is I want to bring that out of position, that cam thing, and just say people don't know where it goes, right? And it's just say it's there. You can't see it. You know, with the bull nose on, you can't see that. So now, you know, laxy daisy, you thread your machine and come up here. I'm following instructions just like it said. I went in that groove just like it said. The presser foot was up just like it's supposed to be. Right? I went across and then I brought the thread down just like I'm supposed to bring it down. Right? And then I brought it by the needle and I went right behind the needle. Okay. So now, you know, just so you thread it and everything. And now the machine maybe starts. Alright, there's a position there where the thread's in the wrong spot. Alright, the point I'm making is people get it stuck back around that sort of crankshaft thing. It gets stuck in there. Somehow they get it to go back there. Okay, that's the point I'm making. And then once it gets caught there and the machine's running, it wraps around and around and around and it jams the hand wheel. Jams the machine up. So then you got to get in there and stop pulling on the thread, clipping it, pulling, clipping it, because he wraps around a few times. That'll stop the machine.